Hey everybody, it's Pastor Scott from Oak Ridge Community Church for another edition of Life Minutes. I want to share with you changes that are happening to Life Minutes. When we began these over a year ago originally, the goal was for them to be 3 to 5 minutes in length. If you've watched us for over a year, you know that, well, that hasn't happened. And I have had it commented to me that they are quite long, and I have to agree. So we're now changing our format. These will be short videos. Hopefully, we're going for 2 to 4 minutes in length, and we will keep these concise, make a couple of points, and that will be how each video will go. We've been looking at the life of Jesus, and we'll do that next week. We'll get back to that. But today I just want to talk about America and the world's hope. I mean, we've seen a lot of things happening in our country that have been very difficult. I think we've seen man's sinfulness at its worst. There's been senseless deaths, and that is sad. In some cases, there's like open season on policemen, and I think that that's a sign, sadly, of ignorance, stupidity, and hate in how we treat each other in our country as it is. But I've discovered that the last thing that people want to hear about is the answer to the human dilemma and the brokenness in our land. And the answer is found in Jesus. He is the life changer. Many have experienced that. And though Christians have been basically pushed to the fringe of society, and in some cases they've thrown their hands up in defeat and now say nothing, we as believers need to be bold in showing grace and mercy and sharing the message of Christ. Romans 10 reminds us that as Christ followers, we are the ones that have the good news about Jesus to give to the world around us, and we are the ones that can offer hope. I don't look to politics to save a nation. It doesn't mean that we don't want moral people in office. That's not the point. But if you want to change a nation, we have to change hearts. And I believe that the way to change hearts is for people to come to a relationship with Jesus Christ. Down the road, I'm going to be talking about some evidence of that in other countries where God has done some great things when a number of people turn to faith in Christ. But what I've discovered, as you probably have too, is that unless people's lives are changed and transformed, many of the things that people want to see accomplished are not going to happen. Christians need to speak up, and we need to do it with grace and mercy. That's what Colossians 4:6 says. And for us that are Christ followers, remember this: God's not dead. He's still with us, as we've said at Oak Ridge, and you've heard this from other people, I'm sure. He didn't pack a suitcase and leave town. He grieves over what he sees happening in our world today. But I'm here to say the answer for America, and I believe this with all my heart, is Jesus. I just wanted to share that with you. It's just something to think about. Next week, we'll get back to a look at the life of Christ. Thanks for joining in. God bless.